Alright, hey there guys. Just a quick note before we start my Let's Play of Her Story. Her Story ended up being one of my favorite games of all time. It gives the player the ability to uncover a narrative at their own pace, in their own way, so it's going to play slightly differently for every individual person. Because of this, I strongly recommend, if this is the type of game that you're thinking about playing, or if you just like character-driven narratives in general, I strongly recommend that you play through for yourself first before watching my Let's Play. I don't want to discourage you from watching my Let's Play, of course, but I really think this is an experience that people should have for themselves. I really liked this game. Another quick note before we start, I know there have been some audio issues in my past videos. My apartment is very echoey. Since I've started, I've mounted some acoustic foam, so that should help a little bit. And since then, I've also noticed there's still some residual issues, so I've adjusted a bunch of my mic settings to hopefully fix the problem. Admittedly, I've pre-filmed a ton of stuff already, so the audio issues are going to be persistent for at least a little while longer. Just know that I'm aware of them and I'm working on making my videos better. Alright, let's get on to the Let's Play.
Alright, hey there, and welcome to the first episode of my Let's Play of Her Story. For those of you who don't know, Her Story is kind of a murder mystery where you're looking at a series of clips of interviews with a young woman who was involved in an incident somehow, and you're looking at a series of different interviews with her over a series of, I'm not sure how long, maybe years, maybe months, maybe weeks, I'm not sure, to try to find discrepancies so you can figure out what really happened. Yeah, let's get going. Okay, I'm just going to try and get rid of that. Yeah. Don't worry, it said continue because there was some capture problems, so I had to start a game, but I haven't actually done anything, so... Alright. This is... read me. Sweet! All this stuff is actually interactive. Okay. Computer technology is the backbone of our modern police work. The logic database is one of the most many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work it more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. The database contains footage transferred from existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement is made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. For some reason, capturing this game, my Steam notifications are popping up. So you may see a bunch of my friends' names. Sorry, friends. Is automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so that they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, which I think means translated to text. And the contents of the testimony is attached to each clip. You can retrieve a clip, type in a word, example, robbery, into the search field, click search, and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses the word. To narrow the search, use multiple words, example, robbery supermarket. If you are working from a printed transcript, you can be even more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match twist against the entire statement. Example, yes, I was there. Okay. Good to know. So standard kind of like Google search algorithm stuff. To store a clip for a later reference, click add a session. Add to session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, please click in the user tags block and type in your desired tags. For any further assistance, please contact your department's information technology representatives. Police Information Technology Organization. Really read me. Here's the database. I filled filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. Okay, so we're only dealing with one person's stuff. What is this in the trash bin? Hack.nfo. Your game. I feel like this will mean something, but I also don't know. It could just be a kind of Easter egg. This is boring. I should... Okay. That's that. Alright, let's search for murder. Okay, so there's 4 clips. How long are these clips? Oh no, I'm getting... Okay, so there's no user tags.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay, that feels really forced. Okay, so this is... Oh, I really hope the acting isn't bad. Because if the acting is bad, it kind of ruin this. Okay, 27/6, 94. So this is like 5 days later. That's 2 days later. That's the same day.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Alright.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person. I'd like to speak to the lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Okay, so who's the Simon character? Okay, access limited to the first 5 entries. So... Okay, so this is cool. So you have to keyword your search because you can't just pull up general words and go through all of them.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Okay, so he works on glass. I feel like I need to take personal notes. Okay, I'm gonna get some paper and be right back. Alright, and we are back. Okay, I need to replay that clip to get the name of the glass place.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
Ernst Brothers
Sam does
glass.
some more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things.
One more time.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
Okay, so Brothers does not have
Sam
an
does some
apostrophe
more
in it.
special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things. Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo instead of spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Why am I adding tags to these that are already mentioned in them? That doesn't make sense. Okay. Holiday in Rome. See, that feels like it might be a Chekhov's gun. For those of you who don't know, there's a rule in narrative where the Chekhov's gun, if a gun shows up in Act 1 of a play, it has to be fired in Act 2 or 3. It pretty much means that if you introduce something to a story, it has to be relevant, or you're just adding unnecessary details. To some degree, I actually dislike that, because if it can be done really heavy-handedly, where something like is mentioned like really out of place, and then like of course it's going to come back, but like if you just see something in kind of like the corner of a scene, then I think it can be really well done. But sometimes it's done really heavy-handedly and it annoys me. But anyway, I feel like the Holiday in Rome might be a Chekhov's gun.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay, Rockington Arms.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay, there's also a person named Peter. Who is Peter? Oh man, I'm actually getting really into this game! Also, I like how she has different tops, like different colored tops for different days. It visually gives you a nice contrast.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
So Amstrad is a computer system, I guess?
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Okay, so current keys. I want to find out who Peter is, because they really briefly mentioned Peter when they're talking about the bar, so Peter might have been one of the last people to see him. But they also mentioned weapon, because I don't know how he actually died. They also mentioned him drinking at the Rockington Arms, and also Helen the barmaid, who might be another Chekhov's gun. Oh, this game's so great! What do I do for... Okay, Peter. Who is Peter?
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay, so Peter's no one. Okay, so neither is Susan. What about Helen? Ooh.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Oh, there's an argument. How do you spell argument? Oh god, I'm so bad at...
spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about our argument, but...
Okay, so I did spell right. I'm always paranoid if there's an extra E before the M.
He likes blondes.
And spelling actually matters in this game. Okay. So... None of the people at the bar seem to really matter, but let's, just to close off that, let's, okay, so the bar doesn't really have anything to do anything with anything. Yeah, so the bar...
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan.
Okay. So, they do refer to the bar.
So, it was Friday evening.
Friday.
We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on a Saturday afternoon.
Eric?
He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Oh, this one's later. Well, not that much later, in between the first ones we saw.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong. No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from the Rock.
Okay, so there's potentially a plumber. What to do? I'm going to check out the Amstrad.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay, so we've ruled out the Rockington's Arms and the Rock. We've ruled out Peter and Susan. We've pretty much gotten rid of Helen, but I want to leave her in there just in case. Let's check out Weapon. How is he actually...
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now.
Okay, so Weapon doesn't get
You
you
have no
anywhere.
murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
Oh, I'm so into this game! Oh, it's just so like, oh, it's so open-ended and, well, not like open-ended, but like, I can just like, I can go in any direction. It's probably gonna get me somewhere. Okay, let's check with Eric.
He was wearing a shirt, with a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric.
Okay, Eric is the boss.
He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Grey coat.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier,
Okay, Cavalier.
and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked on the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Okay, so check into what happened to the van keys.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But Eric convinced him to get one. Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Okay, let's just check up on Diane, because I feel like that's not going to go anywhere, but I'd like to... Ooh, Diane. Interesting. There's actually entries for her.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Oh, she used to work at the Glassworks.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Glasgow? How do you spell Glasgow? Oh, gosh dang it.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
See, that's always the reason. It's always the reasonable spelling, but I always need to make sure. I feel like I need to make sure, because I don't want to, like, type it in and then not be that.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel? Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Okay, I'm adding the guitar keyword to that because she doesn't say guitar, but there's a guitar in it. I feel that might just be a thing for that day. Okay, what to look for. Let's figure out what Glasgow's all about. What was she doing in Glasgow?
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car.
So she has no alibi.
I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
Oh, so she looked away from the camera. That might just be a lie.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
So no alibi.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving licence on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Ooh, okay, so we have to check into the hospital and taxi to check out her alibi.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pitched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
Okay, let's see if Eve ever comes up again. I doubt she's going to, but... Interesting. I have to check at the hospital.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes. Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it up. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
Ooh, murderous. Who's Hannah?
What are you doing talking about you?
I feel like that tapping was something, like Morse code or something.
My mother called me Eve.
Wait, what?
My mother called me Eve.
Alright, I am actually going to end this episode here because it's been half an hour. We still have a lot of hints to go on, so... yeah, I really am into this game, and I'm probably going to record the next episode right after this. So end of episode 1. I will see you next time when we'll delve deeper into this mystery. See you then.